Alright, so I've got a really exciting game for you today, and not necessarily because of the gameplay, which unfortunately I might say is middling at best. However, we do manage to get Anubis in this game, which for any of you guys who don't know who Anubis is, it's one of the secret heroes that were added in the last patch, where they don't tell you how to actually get the heroes. You kind of have to figure it out through the gameplay. And I wouldn't say that I figured out exactly how to get it throughout this game. I have a little theories, which you'll see a little bit later on. Um, but it's still pretty exciting to get that new hero. So anyway, the gameplay, picking up a bunch of frog princes, and we're gonna probably be able to triple it here pretty soon because we're getting a lot of spells to activate it. So pretty solid early game. Going up against Hercules, who also had a pretty strong board, but we managed to beat him thanks to our shield page there in the back. So we're coming into level 3, and I think we end up picking up both of these demons, which is maybe a questionable play. Back when Demon Harbinger was super easy to find, like overly weighted for its cost, it would have been a really good buy, but I'm not sure it's a super ideal decision in this situation. But we're gonna go demons anyway, and probably pick up the magnifying glass, and we should have a really strong early game regardless. And yeah, and we're gonna pass up the Hansel and then pick up the Hansel on the next round. So yeah, little match girl is picking up quite a few matches, and we're even gonna get another Hansel here. So things are looking pretty good at this point. You will notice that we haven't picked up any Dying Breath characters, which for me personally, I had kind of figured that Anubis, since its hero ability is that it doubles all of your last breath, the last breaths that you utilize. I assumed it would have something more to do with last breaths, but I don't think we actually get a single last breath character in this entire game. So we'll find out later on, but I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with actually getting last breath characters. Here, I think in hindsight, I probably would have gone with the baby mimic. Wizard hat, I used to be kind of big on it. I mean, it's decent in this situation because it lets us pick up the XP, but I'm definitely not as big on Wizard's hat as I used to be. Mages are super fun, but it's just almost impossible to get them to work in a late game build. You really just have to get the perfect treasures and the perfect setup, and at that point you probably could have gone just about anything else, but it's still not bad. And we're gonna end up picking up a baby mimic here anyway, so things are looking pretty solid right now. Getting a crab, and in hindsight, I really think it might have been a decent idea to just lock for this second crab, because the crab is just such a powerful unit at level 4. But we do end up passing it up, and it's not the worst thing ever. So yeah, our board is looking really strong outside of the fairy. That was another questionable decision, but you know what, we make those sometimes, and sometimes it pays off, and sometimes you get punished, but we're gonna make it work that round. That's something that I've noticed, is lobbies are just there aren't that many people that play the game yet, and so you can kind of get away with doing some super greedy stuff like I'm about to do here, where we yeah, can just do some sort of questionable things and still get away with it. Like even that is that's a pretty risky play. I think we're strong enough that it's not terrible. We'll go ahead and lock for the double haymakers, but I think we're actually gonna end up losing this lobby. So, or not this lobby, this fight. So probably not the best best idea in hindsight. But double haymaker is pretty good. It's a solid pickup. And yeah, still not a single dying breath character. Gonna boost up our rooster a little bit, see if we can get him to slay. We didn't actually manage to get a slay in the last round. You know, I found with the rooster, I forget his full name, but he's a really good unit if you get him before 5. And if you get him right on 5, then he can be really strong. But you've really gotta pick up the slays, like kind of in the first 3 rounds. Otherwise, he starts falling behind, like you see right now, where we're going into level 6 and we still haven't got him to slay. So, you know, at this point, it's like if he slays, it's great. But if not, then we're going to level 6 next round. So whatever we find, we find. So yeah, not really looking for anything in particular here. If we found maybe another haymaker, that would be a nice triple, because we could go into farmers pretty easily. But you know, at this point, we're just going into 6, and we're probably going to be looking for either farmers or a decent stealth comp, which, spoiler alert, that's what we end up finding. So yeah, we're going into level 6 at 24 health, which is really nice. Still don't have any slays on our rooster, but we'll take it. Gonna look around, see if we can find anything. Got a demon and a cat, but just no really way into that quite yet. And you know, when you hit, you hit. So we're already going solid on into a stealth comp. So yeah, looks like we're doing pretty solid in this lobby. That fire mage would be a decent pickup, but he's not useful until we actually get a mat. I think is what he's called, mat the something. That way we can make him stealth. So yeah, we're just gonna keep biding our time and looking for more stealth units. And fortunately, we're still winning or tying all of these lobbies, so for all of these matches. Get another crab, which is pretty solid. And there's our mat. So now at this point, you know, we'd be happy to get a phoenix or a fire mage, really anything would be nice. Still playing that rooster on the board, seeing if we can get a slay, but it's really not looking like it's in the cards. Even having put some spells into him. Yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling, see what happens, and so yeah, as you can see, we still haven't gotten any dying breath units this entire game. So I don't think that getting Anubis has anything to do with actually finding dying breath characters. But we're gonna run into a decently big dwarf board, and we managed to tie, which is really nice. And we get a triple for our twig. So we're gonna turn that into a pirate safe, which is good, but also kind of sucks because we've got a baby mimic, and our baby mimic is not useful on any of these. It would have been good on Merlin's mages if, you know, we had more than our 2 mats as mages, but it just didn't really seem like it was worth actually doing anything with. And I kind of make a really dumb decision here in hindsight. I go ahead and lock for the entrance orb or pendant or whatever it is. And I think it's just way too early to be looking for that. We still have so many units that we need to buy, and we're gonna end up wasting like 3 gold this turn and then another 12 gold in this next turn, and it just doesn't really make us that much stronger. It'd be so much better to look for a pair for our, or I mean a triple for our crabs or something to get our pirate safe unlocked. But yeah, I mean we're definitely not weak, so that's good at least. Still haven't got our rooster to slay yet though. So yeah, we're gonna next turn we're gonna pick up this crab, and we really want to get something good out of this level 7, because our treasures are currently giving us almost nothing, and our board is decently strong, but you need a little bit more than a strong board to actually clinch wins most of the time. And it looks like this guy's trying to go into a stealth comp from stars, but we managed to knock him out, which is probably good in hindsight, because he might have gotten pretty strong later on. And Spell Reflector and Infinity are just not really it. Infinity is, you know, that's just chump change as far as those stats go every turn, so we're gonna end up actually going for the double our other treasures, despite not having any treasures that are really worth doubling. We're gonna get this one, and we'll grab a Shard of Excalibur, which is gonna be useful at least. We can use that to pick up some upgraded characters. We should get 2 upgraded characters instead of just 1. And we're in the finals now. It's just us and that dwarf board, which was getting pretty big. So until we get the stealth cat, we're probably going to be having a bit of a rough time. But fortunately we're playing stealth, so you know we kind of just automatically outscale. So yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling, see if we can find a cat, because we're really gonna need our attack to be doubled if we're gonna get through those big old dwarves. I think the crab is probably worth picking up, but we're actually not gonna get it. Maybe that was a mistake, because now we pick up the mat, but not certain that was great. But you know, we do end up getting a Savitiri, and she's gonna give us a little bit extra leeway as far as getting knocked out is concerned. So normally I might lock for the mat, but considering, and you know, it pays off because we get our cat, our Shadow Lord, I guess I should say. And he's even gonna be upgraded, so we're gonna lose this combat, but I don't think we're gonna lose the one after that. Still haven't gotten our rooster slays, and there we go. We get the Anubis. So as far as my theories for how that might have appeared, I think it has something to do with Savitiri, because she has the her ability is, you know, keep us from dying, and dying breath has maybe something to do with that. So I'm thinking that maybe you have to hero change into Savitiri and then hero change out of her, maybe while you still have the token. Could be something else. I'm not really sure what else it might be if it's not that, but regardless, we're finally gonna be outscaling this guy now. So we tie this time, but since we're stealth, we get stronger every single game, and with that Cersei's Cup, I think it's gonna be pretty well over. We'll pick up another Shadow Lord for some real nice damage this next round, but despite having almost no use out of our doubled treasures, by almost no use I mean actually literally no use, we're still gonna end up winning this with a hero that doesn't actually give us anything because we don't have any Dying Breath characters. But honestly, how could I not pick Anubis in this situation? And you know, now that I have at least some sort of idea how to go about finding the character, you know, it's always possible that we can start maybe fishing for it in future games where we actually have some monster books or maybe a Romeo and Juliet comp. And we can make some really fun things happen. So yeah, that's this last combat is gonna be a wrap pretty much no matter how things pan out, because we're just so big now, and that's gonna be the win. So anyway, hopefully this helps you guys find Anubis here in your own games, and maybe you can make some cooler comps than I did in this one. So yeah, bye.